Greetings. I just wanted to share a few thoughts about this week's assignment, particularly the annotating your sources, which can be a little bit tricky. In this assignment, you're asked to find 3 sources from the annotated for the annotated bibliography from the opposing viewpoints database or an academic search in the library. Now, if you are struggling with that, there are several videos that are in the opening of the library that can help you. Or if you're really having a tough time, do go ahead and use Google Scholar or an internet search, and I'll try and help you steer in the next step to a source that you can find in the opposing viewpoint database. But the requirement is to try to use the library, so please do try to do so. In the assignment, it asks you to do 4 things. Identify your source. And when you identify your source, it should be the title of the source, the author, and where you got it, the database information or website. It gives you this template. You don't have to really use these exact sentences. Be sure to complete the goal of the template. So identify your sources. Summarize the source. It says, I think the source is arguing. You're basically telling us what is in the source. You should, read through the article and then summarize it for us. Explain the rationale for credibility. And if you look at the rubric, it says credibility and reliability. This goes to the heart of the CRAP test that you should do for each of your sources. I believe the source is doing a good job because it's written by a PhD in the subject. The article is current. It was written 2019. It is in the Harvard Business Review, which is a very reputable source. Those are the kinds of things that you should include in the credibility. And then in terms of relevance, give us a little thought about how you're going to use that source. Now, with that in mind, you're going to do that same exercise for 3 sources, and one of those 3 is going to support the opposing viewpoint of your topic. So hopefully that helps clarify a little bit. Again, check the rubric. Sources, you must identify them clearly with the title, the author, and the database. If something's missing, then you lose some points. Summarize it completely and include a counterargument in your summary. Credibility and relevance, not just it's reliable, I think they have good facts. No, give us specifics as to why it is credible. And then, of course, the articulation of your response refers to grammar and spelling and so on. So I hope that helps a little bit. I do want to just take one quick moment and also look at the writing plan, which you'll note is basically the same questions we revisited in the writing notes. The writing plan asks that you describe the argument and how it relates to your major. 3 key points: who your audience is, what do you hope to accomplish, your sources, the resources. Pull them from that annotated bibliography. Align them directly to your key points. Where would you put the sources, the integration of evidence? And then the last 2 questions are about revision. What is your revision strategy? And how do you use feedback? So those are 2 questions that are added to it. I noted on most of your grading notes that from the writing notes to the writing plan, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You should look at the answers again, obviously, and think about them and see if you've answered them to the best of your ability, and you feel, if you feel that you've really accomplished the goal of each question, then that's okay. Move on, but do take the time to think through them again, and then be sure to go all the way to the bottom and answer the questions on revision and feedback. So heading into the end of week 3, it's been great so far, I hope, for you. And As I always say, if you need help, please contact me. I look forward to hearing from you and seeing your writing plan and annotated notes. One last word about that. Both of these assignments will be the heart of week 4. You will place these assignments next week in week 4 for the peer review. And so you will share them with your peers, and each student will choose a peer to review their work and offer some help. So don't miss that discussion. It's not only important, it is 7.5% of the final grade. So you want to do well, I'm sure you will. If you have any questions or need help, please let me know.